So this is the VIOFO A329S and this is the first dashcam in the world to get triple Starvis-2 sensors. So this dashcam shoots 4K front and a 2K resolution for the rear and the cabin camera along with supporting HDR on all three channels. This is also the world's first dashcam to get a fisheye cabin camera giving you an ultra-wide 210-degree field of view. Additionally, you can also get a telephoto camera which gives you a 4x optical zoom. This dashcam supports memory cards up to 512GB, but you can also plug in an SSD up to 4TB for near unlimited storage. You can also connect this dashcam directly to your smartphone via Type-C data cable and transfer videos the fastest way. Along with it, you can also connect this dashcam wirelessly to your Android car system by installing the VIOFO app. This dashcam also supports Wi-Fi 6 standards, which means you can wirelessly transfer a 4K video file within a matter of less than 10 seconds. Additionally, this is the first dashcam to get a multiplex video output, which means you can combine the various different dashcam views into a single video file. Another special feature is that this gets a 8-meter rear camera cable. So this is a coaxial cable which is much thinner than regular camera cables and provides less electronic interference. In terms of parking mode, this is the first dashcam to give you a low power impact detection mode, which means you can run this camera in a parking mode up to 15 days. This camera also gets a super night vision which will provide the brightest parking mode time-lapse videos. The best thing about this dashcam is that this gets a full 2-year warranty along with a free pickup and drop service to your doorstep in case of any warranty issues. Last but not the least, this dashcam is compatible with practically any car, even those cars which have a near vertical windshield. So let's move on and take a deep look into the VIOFO A329S, give you the full review of this camera. So bear with me, this video is gonna be a bit long but very important if you're looking to buy the king of dash cameras, or should I say the undisputed king of all dash cams in the world right now. Let's take a look. So this is the VIOFO A329S 3-channel dashcam which gets triple Sony Starvis-2 sensors and gets an infrared fisheye cabin camera. So this basically supports a 4K UHD on the front and a QHD for the interior of the cabin cam and a QHD for the rear camera. So on top of the box they have highlighted some features and it says 4K HDR supported, Starvis-2, Wi-Fi 6 and SSD storage up to 4TB. So right at the front you get a picture of the main front camera, the fisheye cabin camera and the rear camera. Taking a look at the other side of the box, they have highlighted some other features. 4K Ultra HD plus Quad HD plus Quad HD, triple Sony Starvis-2 image sensors, gets HDR on all three cameras, front, rear and interior, gets a wide-angle 210-degree cabin camera never seen before in any cabin camera till date, gets a built-in Wi-Fi with dual band support, that's 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz Wi-Fi, gets voice control and voice notifications, gets the most advanced parking mode ever seen in any dashcam and supports external SSD storage. This is the feature which no other camera has, only the VIOFO A329S, or should I say the A329 series, supports the SSD storage. So to start off, first of all you get a quick start guide for the A329S series. It gets all the technical information including a product diagram, a wiring diagram, an installation location, and also gets other information such as how to install the electrostatic sticker, how to format the memory card and how to connect to the smartphone. So it's very important that you go through this quick start guide. So you also get an after sales help card, and within this you have all the information such as the live chat, the phone and WhatsApp number, the email support number. Basically they have provided a service support card for you, and that's a very thoughtful thing. And here is the camera which we all have been waiting to take a look at. Presenting the world's best dashcam, the VIOFO A329S 4K front camera. Pretty much exactly similar to the previous gen. VIOFO A329 gets a rear camera slot, gets a interior cabin camera, gets a micro SD card slot on one side, also gets some ventilation holes. On top you get a main Type-C port for power, but this time this camera doesn't get any HDMI out, so probably VIOFO considered it not to be very important. You have this large display at the back with a similar set of buttons which we usually see in most VIOFO cameras. So next thing in the box is the main fisheye camera or the interior camera, and they have specified it right here. It says fisheye interior RCC360, and you can see that the lens is actually protruding outside the main modules. If you can see it right here, and you also get 4 infrared lights. So you need to peel off all these stickers right here before you start using it, and you also have this AV output right here. This camera also rotates 360 degrees, so that's a good thing. So this means you'll be able to like properly align the angle of this camera to your required position. Here's the rear camera that shoots quad HD resolution and gets Starvis-2 IMX675, similar to the interior camera, which also gets a Starvis-2 IMX675. So both these cameras get Starvis-2 IMX675 sensor, and both of these shoot quad HD resolution. And they're specified also on the camera that this is a rear camera unit RC420. You also get a LED indicator which extends from the side to the back, which is a very thoughtful thing, because when a driver sitting at the front can easily recognize if the rear camera is on or off by just taking a look at this LED light. The interior of the cabin camera also gets a LED indicator which covers both sides and the back. So this is a very thoughtful and a very practical feature given by VIOFO. Moving further down into the box, you get the A329S series user manual. So all the details which you need to know about this camera, including all the technical aspects, the installation, all the parts, and basically even the on-screen settings and each and every setting option, you can go through this user manual for all the details which you ever want to know about this dash cam. Following this, you get a separate packet inside the box, and within which you get spare 3M stickers, one spare sticker for the front, one for the interior, and another for the rear camera. Along with that, you also get 3 electrostatic stickers. You also get a VIOFO dashcam sticker. Moving further down into the box, you get a Type-C to Type-C data transfer cable. So this means you can plug in one end of this cable into the dashcam and the other end into your smartphone and directly transfer videos from the dashcam to your smartphone in the fastest possible way, since the A329 supports a USB 3.0 standard. And the good thing being, even these cables get a VIOFO branding right on top. So here's the main power cable, which gets a straight Type-C connector at one end, again which is VIOFO branded. And you also get a L-shaped Type-C connector at the other end, which plugs in into the main camera. The straight connector plugs in into the 12-volt car charger. This is a super premium and super refined 12-volt car charger provided by VIOFO, which gets a 45-watt Type-C charging, one for the smartphone and another port is for your dash camera. So you get color coding as well, blue color coded and orange color coded. You also get a ring LED indicator which actually glows up when you insert this and power it on, so it will be easier to like recognize and use this during night time. And trust me, no other dash cam has even thought of giving such a premium car charger along with the dash camera. So this also gets a VIOFO branding right on top. This is extremely good. You also get a wiring installation tool, and you also get a front camera CPL filter right in the box, which means you don't have to purchase a CPL filter separately. You get this straight up in the box, which is a super cool thing. So here's the super thin coaxial cable. So this one specifically is the cabin camera cable. So one end plugs in into the main camera and the other end plugs in into the fisheye cabin camera. So coaxial cables are very much better compared to regular cables, mainly because of their thin size and less electrical interference. So this will be easier to hide and this will be easier to like conceal in the car beading compared to the regular sized cabin camera wires, which are like kind of much thicker compared to this. And lastly, here you have the rear camera cable. So one end you get a straight connector and the other end you get a L-shaped connector. And this camera cable is 8 meters in length. Generally 6 meters is provided, but VIOFO now has started to ship out 8-meter cables. So this will be helpful even if you are doing the wiring along the floor of the car, and this will be sufficient enough to reach the rear portion of the car since this gets 8-meter length. This is superb and this is an extremely thoughtful thing by VIOFO, and this is what sets this brand apart from every other dashcam out there. So here are the two add-on cameras which you can purchase with the VIOFO A329. The first one is the fisheye interior camera and the second one is the telephoto camera. So both boxes have this VIOFO branding right on top, but on the side you can notice that this is a VIOFO RC-C360 fisheye interior camera, and this one is the VIOFO RC-C420 telephoto camera. So this gets a 2K Quad HD resolution and this too gets a 2K Quad HD resolution. Both the cameras get Starvis-2 sensor inside them. So you have the option of purchasing either the fisheye camera or the telephoto camera or both of them purely based on your requirement, and if you do like to purchase and use both the cameras. So let's quickly open up the box and show you the difference between these two cameras. So here are the two cameras. The one on the left here is the fisheye camera and on the right is the telephoto camera. So on the fisheye camera, you can see this prominent bulge on the lens. So this indicates this is a fisheye view. And on the telephoto camera, you don't see any bulge on the lens. Rather, it is gone inside. So let me just zoom in a bit more to show you the telephoto lens. So if you can see right here, this is a 4x zoom telephoto lens which supports 2K quad HD resolution and also gets a Starvis-2 IMX675 along with giving you HDR. You also get a similar design, and on each side they have specifically mentioned that the one is a fisheye camera and the other is a telephoto camera. Rest of the design concept is pretty much the same. You get LED indicators on one side and the windshield mount is also pretty much exactly the same. So both these cameras are available as add-on purchases if you do get the VIOFO A329S dual channel variant, and you can basically convert that dual channel into a triple channel setup if you purchase either of these two cameras. And of course you can purchase even both of these cameras if that's what you want, but you'll be able to connect only one camera at a time. So you also get an electrostatic sticker in the box along with this additional camera. You also get a spare 3M sticker inside the box. And lastly, you get a super slim coaxial cable which connects to the main front camera. So except for the camera itself, rest of the stuff inside the box is pretty much the same. So the fisheye cabin camera, as shown in one of my previous videos, gives you a widest field of view of about 210 degrees covering the entire cabin of the car. Whereas the telephoto camera complements the front camera by giving you a 4x optical resolution over the existing 4K footage of the front cam. So in terms of capturing number plates at farthest distances, I think it can capture up to 100 feet or more. This camera will be an excellent choice. So here's the VIOFO A329 currently mounted on my windshield, and you can see the front camera, the rear camera and the interior or the cabin camera showing up on the main home screen. You have these buttons right here at the bottom. One is a Wi-Fi button, then mic button, then emergency record button, then you have the recording on off button and the menu button. So in order to enter the settings of this particular dashcam, you first need to turn off the recording. So once the recording is turned off, head into the settings. First of all, you find the video settings option, then you have system settings, then you have file lists, three main submenus. So let's head into the video settings. So within video settings, you have the resolution option. Clicking on that, you get 4K 30 FPS for the front, 2K 30 FPS for the cabin and 2K 30 FPS for the rear. Then you have 4K in a 21:9 aspect ratio, 2K 21:9 and 2K 21:9. All three cameras basically shoot in a ultra wide 21:9 aspect ratio. Or you can shift all three cameras to a 2K quad HD resolution, or you can shift all the way down to full HD for all three cameras. So this will save you a tremendous amount of space, but for the best possible quality, it's recommended you go with the 4K, 2K and 2K resolution. Heading back, you got the HDR option. So individually you can control the HDR for each camera, front, cabin and the rear. So you've got on and off option, or you can set a auto HDR time where you can set a preset time after which the HDR will automatically turn on and turn off. So you can individually choose each camera and like set cameras for their own HDR timings. Moving on, you have the video bitrate option. So within this, you have the low, normal, high and maximum bitrate option. So let me just select the maximum rate. Following that, you have the loop recording option from a minimum of 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes and 10-minute option. So this is probably the only camera which I have seen which gives you a 10-minute loop recording. The maximum which I've seen is probably 3 or 5-minute recordings. Heading back, you've got the record audio, basically mic option. You can set it off and on. Then you've got the exposure value. Herein you can set the exposure for each camera separately, front, rear and the interior. Heading into front, you've got this 0.0 all the way goes up to 2.0, minus 2.0, and you can set it at plus 2.0 as well. So it's a good thing that VIOFO has provided individual exposure settings, so you can set this according to your requirement. Then you have the G sensor option. low, medium and high sensitivity based on your requirement, and you can turn it off completely as well. Heading back, you've got the stamps option. So you've got the date stamp, GPS speed stamp, GPS coordinate stamp, and a custom stamp. So you can enable or disable any of these stamps being put up on the video. You even get a license plate stamp, the logo stamp, brand model stamp, resolution stamp, and stamp text color as well. So you can change the color of the stamp text to white, yellow, cyan, or golden. That's crazy. I mean, this is the level of customization which I personally prefer. I mean, especially when I'm investing such a large amount of money in this dash cam, this is what I would expect, and VIOFO is providing me just what I asked for. Heading back, you've got the time lapse recording. So basically, you can set the camera to record in a time lapse mode while recording in a normal recording. So basically means it doesn't record videos normally, it can record in a time lapse mode from 1 fps, 2, 3, 5 and up to 10 fps, or you can turn off the time lapse recording. Then you have the interior camera fisheye mode. Heading into that, you can turn off the fisheye mode or turn on the fisheye mode. Basically, the on mode gives you a circular perspective from the interior camera. Turning it off gives you a proper 16:9 aspect ratio. Heading back, you've got the infrared LEDs, so you can set them to off, you can set them to be always on, or you can set them to be on automatically based on their sensors. Then you've got the parking recording, one of the most crucial and important options which many of you will take a look at. So within this, you've got the vehicle battery protection feature. Heading into this, you've got the cutoff time and cutoff voltage. And for this, probably you'll need a HK6 hardwire kit. It is still not available by VIOFO. Heading into the main parking modes. So this is where things get crazy because no other dashcam in the world except for the VIOFO cameras offer these features. First of all, you can turn off the parking mode if you don't want the camera to be on when the car is parked. Following that, you get the hybrid parking mode. Within this, you get a time-lapse 1 fps, which is followed by impact detection when the battery voltage is dropped down to a particular level. Then you've got the option of starting off with a low bitrate mode, and when the battery drops down to a certain level, it shifts to an impact detection mode, or you can set it to an event detection mode. When the battery falls off after a preset voltage, it moves to an impact detection mode. So this is the hybrid mode which will utilize both, or should I say two different parking modes into the same parking mode duration. Then you've got the low power impact detection mode. So this is a very important mode because this is what makes or set this camera apart from every other dash cam, because this basically gives you close to 15 days worth of parking monitoring. So once you set the low power impact detection mode, the camera utilizes extremely low power from the battery, and you can like leave your car for 15 days and the camera will still be running and still be recording videos whenever there is an impact detected. Following that, you have the time-lapse 1 fps super night vision, and just they have provided the night vision in brackets here. So this basically bumps up the exposure and gives you the brightest night vision video footage in a time-lapse mode of 1 fps. In a regular time-lapse mode, you also get a 1 fps, but this doesn't get night vision. So you've got the option of selecting with either the night vision or a regular time-lapse 1 fps. Then you've got 2 fps, 3, 5, 10 fps options. Then you get the low bitrate recording, wherein it will record the video continuously at a very low bitrate, or you can set it to auto event detection, wherein it will automatically detect any event and give you a buffered recording. So these are all the parking modes available within the A329S. Moving on, let's check the next option, that's the enter parking mode timer. So you can set the camera to enter parking mode after 90 seconds, or you can set it off so that it immediately enters the parking mode. Then you've got the parking G sensor, so you can individually set the G sensor separately for parking mode and separately for regular driving mode. So you can set the sensitivity to low, medium or high. So I have just currently set it at high. Then you get parking motion detection, so you can set the sensitivity of the motion detection to low, medium or high. This is also super good. Then you get parking GPS, you can set it to off or on. Then you get parking HDR, you can set it to off or on. So basically records parking videos with either HDR or without HDR based on what you select here. Then you get parking file storage, you can set it to micro SD card, or if you have connected SSD, you can select an SSD. And that's it. These are all the most advanced options given in terms of parking recording. Heading back, you get the interior camera. So within this, you can turn off the interior camera, turn it on, or you can set it to only on while driving and only on while parking. This is simply good. And the main reason being, most people don't like to have an interior or the cabin camera recording, maybe due to privacy purposes. So you can completely turn off the interior camera if you don't want it to record any video, or you can set it to always on, or you can set it to be on only while driving, or you can set it to on only while parking. So this is a useful feature because when driving the camera will be turned off, and basically when you park the car and leave it out, only then the interior camera will turn on. This is very good, and this is a very useful feature provided by VIOFO. Heading back, you got the image rotate and mirror option. So basically you can rotate or mirror the interior or the rear camera image. Then you get the multiplex video. So this is again a super amazing option given by VIOFO, which no other dashcam provides. Basically, this gives you the recording of multiple camera views in a single video file. Heading into this, you can set it off. So basically means all videos are recorded separately and individually, the front, cabin and the rear. But if you want the front and interior to be recorded together in a single file, you can select that. Or you want the front and the rear together, you can select that. Or you can get all three cameras simultaneously recorded within a single file, you can select front, interior and rear. So this saves you a lot of time and effort in trying to synchronize the video file if you didn't have selected the multiplex video. So if you're someone who wants all three videos together, this is the option to go with. Then you get a custom text stamp. So basically you can write down any text and make it appear on the video. Then you get the license plate number. You can select your, or should I say, write down your license plate number. Then you can select the live video source that shows up on the main home screen, default screen when the camera starts. You can set it only for front or only for interior or only for rear, or you can select all cameras. Then you get the privacy mode. You can set it to off or on. So these are all the video settings for the VIOFO A329. Crazy good settings, and I'm completely happy with these. Heading into the system settings, let's just check what they've got. You get Wi-Fi option. So you can turn off the Wi-Fi or select 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. Then you get the Bluetooth button function. So this will need a separate accessory, which is the Bluetooth remote. So if you have purchased that accessory, you can pair with the camera and customize the buttons on it. Then you get the time zone option. You can select that according to your geographical location. Then you get the time format, 12 hours or 24 hours. Then you get the daylight saving time for the United States. Then you have the daytime time settings. Then you get a boot delay, which will delay the start of the camera for a few seconds. I mean, this is to conserve the battery, because whenever the car starts up, it suddenly draws the power and tends to have a straining effect of the battery. So you can set it to 5 or 10 seconds so that it takes some time for the dash cams to start up and doesn't create a direct load on the battery. Then you get a LED option, and you can individually select the LEDs, that is a front LED, rear LED and the interior LED. You can set them to on or set them to off, or you can set it to power LED only. So this is also a crucial aspect. Then you get parking mode LED. So you can select what LEDs are on and what LEDs are off during parking. And basically this is during the regular driving time. Then you get the manage SSD storage. So if you have selected, or should I say connected, an SSD which you can do up to 4 terabytes, you can manage those files right here. Then you get the video storage option. So you can select SSD if you have connected one. And in this case, I've put in a microSD card, so microSD card is selected. Then you get the beep sound. So you can set it to off, on, or only ketone, or only boot sound. Then you get voice notification, on or off. Then you have voice notification volume, low, medium or high. Then you get voice control. You can turn it off or turn it on. Then you get the voice command. So these are all the voice commands which you can use to control this camera. You can just take a look at the screen right now and take a look at all the particular voice commands. Then you have the GPS option. You can set it to off or on. Then you get the speed units, kilometers per hour or miles per hour. Then you have the screensaver option. So you can set the display to turn off like immediately within 3 seconds after it turns on. And the next option is 15. Then you have 30 seconds, then 1 minute, and for a maximum duration of 3 minutes. Then you have the frequency 50 to 60 hertz. Then you get language option, select according to your convenience. Then you have the format option, so all data will be deleted. Then you get the format reminder, you can set a reminder to format all the data. Then you get the default factory settings if you want the camera to set back. Then you got the version number, giving you the particular firmware version number of this dash cam. So heading into file lists, you get a video and a photo option right here. So if you select the video option, you get to see all the recorded videos right up here. And if I just click on a particular video and put the play button, so as you can see, the video playback is currently happening. So you can just take a look at this video file and like quickly browse through any video file which you might have recorded and which you might need to take a look at if there was any incident that had happened. Similarly, you can monitor any photos which might have been taken or you have manually selected any. So these are all the on-screen settings for the VIOFO A329S, and I'm completely happy and completely blown away with the kind of advanced and most customizable settings given by this dashcam. No other camera in the world has what it takes to beat this particular camera. So here's a snapshot from the front camera where in the car right in the middle of the screen the XUV 500. I presume it to be at a distance of about 50 to at least 60 feet away. So this is a true test of a 4K dashcam if it can read number plates at such far distances. I mean, if it can, that's pretty good. Let's quickly zoom in and take a look. And here is the final picture. I would be lying if I say I cannot read this number plate. It says KA18N8767 and this is the readability from the VIOFO A329S at a distance of close to 60 feet away. I mean, of course, at much closer distances, the number plate read will be even more better and far more excellent. But do note that this is the power of the VIOFO A329's front camera, which gets a native 4K resolution, gets HDR, and gets the backing of the Starvis-2 IMX678. So talking purely in terms of number plate readability at the farthest possible distance, the VIOFO A329 is the camera which cannot be beat by any other. Moving on to the rear camera sample, so this is a quad HD resolution camera at the rear, again gets HDR with the backing of Starvis-2 IMX675, and the car at the back, probably a Maruti car right behind me, I think it's at a distance of close to 30 to 40 feet away. And if we do try to take a look at this number plate of the car, a pretty clear number plate read. It definitely says KA20MC9696. Now you might say, okay, all right, this is a cool number plate read, but what's so special about it? The special thing is that this camera was able to read this number plate at a distance of close to 40 feet away. I mean, most rear cameras cannot read number plates beyond 10 feet. The ability of the VIOFO A329S rear camera to read number plates at a distance of 40 feet away is simply good and definitely what your car deserves. Now you have two pictures, and on the left the infrared LEDs are turned off and on the right you get the infrared LEDs turned on. So this camera has infrared LED lights so that it captures more data, more visuals during nighttime, during dark conditions. So just imagine during nighttime when the cabin is completely dark, without infrared lights, you basically get a blacked out footage. You cannot see anything, especially on the seats of the car as you're seeing on the screen right now in the left picture. But with the automatic infrared LEDs, all the information is clearly visualized. You get a clear picture of the inside of the car even if the car was completely dark. So the infrared lights are doing an extremely good job at giving you the best possible footage even during the darkest conditions. But this is not the only special thing about this fisheye camera. The widest field of view you can ever get in any interior cam with a close to 210-degree field of view. This camera is unbeatable. This cabin camera is unbeatable in the dashcam industry. Covers the rear windshield, covers the driver's side window and the passenger side window simultaneously within the same frame, giving you a complete picture. I mean, I'm telling you, you should go ahead and grab this camera right now simply because of this fisheye cabin camera. Let's move on and talk about the front camera now. This camera shoots a native 4K resolution with HDR at 30 frames per second with close to 40,000 kbps of bitrate and about 290 MB per minute of file size. This is a data monster. This carries so much information within it and so much clarity and such natural looking footage. This is the best possible dashcam footage I have ever seen from any dashcam. There are literally no complaints against this video quality. This is absolutely flawless. The contrast, the saturation, the brightness, the sharpness, the shadows, the highlights, I mean, name it and you got it. This video quality is the pinnacle of dashcam technology, and the VIOFO A329S simply does not disappoint. This should definitely be your next camera if you want a no compromise dashcam for your car. Moving on to the rear camera quality, so this shoots a quad HD resolution and is also backed with a Starvis-2 IMX675 sensor and also gives you HDR. This video quality too is breathtakingly good. I mean, if you have seen the rear camera qualities of most other cameras out there, you might be blown away when you look at the VIOFO A329S rear camera's quality. This too matches right on top with the front camera's quality. It's right on par with that quality. Of course, only it lacks the 4K resolution of the front, but other than that, the video quality itself is more than enough and sufficient for a even YouTube grade or an Instagram grade or a travel vlog grade video quality which you can derive from this rear camera. So all in all three cameras, the front, interior and the rear, combined together to give you the best possible video quality from any dash cam that's available out there. And this should be your blind choice for a flawless, for a no nonsense complete package dash cam. So this is easily the best and the ultimate cabin camera footage which I've seen from any dash cam. I mean, just look at the coverage, the 210-degree field of view of this fisheye cabin camera covering the entire area surrounding the car, including the driver's side window, the passenger side window, even the top layer of the windshield. I mean, what more do you want? This is the ultimate cabin camera, and this comes together as an add-on camera in the VIOFO A329S Dual, or if you do purchase the VIOFO A329S triple channel variant, this camera comes right within the box. So do note that this camera shoots in a 2K 1440p Quad HD resolution, supports HDR and also gets Starvis-2 IMX675 sensor, along with the fact that you can even look at all the traffic that's coming right next to your car as you're seeing on the screen right now. No other cabin camera can even think of this. You can also try a different position from this camera. If you do mount it right at the top of the windshield, this camera will cover most part of the cabin and rather cover less of the sides of the car, or should I say the surrounding of the car. But if you do install it like very further down near the bottom part of the windshield, this will cover more of the external area and less of the cabin area. So this is kind of experimental, and you can choose your own perfect spot to install this fisheye cabin camera. Choose the one which suits you the best, choose the one which you find most convenient and most practical. This is the advantage of this detachable fisheye cabin camera. You can install it anywhere, right on top of the windshield, at the bottom of the windshield, or if you want a more balanced look, just install this camera in the middle of the windshield and you get this complete balanced look covering equal portion of the cabin and the surrounding of the car. This is the flexibility, this is the advantage, this is the convenience the fisheye cabin camera gives you when you purchase the VIOFO A329S, the ultimate dash cam that's available from VIOFO right now. So what you're seeing right now is a proper wide angle view of the fisheye cabin camera, and within this, as you can see, the cabin camera itself is able to cover the rear windshield, the driver's side window, the passenger side window, and of course the entire cabin portion. This single camera has the capability to cover the entire surrounding of the car, giving you near 360-degree coverage. And wait, not just that. This is the magical feature of this particular camera. This is called as the fisheye view, and you can basically enable it within settings. And in this, you get a circular perspective, a circular recorded video wherein the field of view is extended to the maximum. So on top, you can even see the roof of the car extending to the rear windshield. Both sides, passenger side window, driver side window, are completely covered. Even the steering wheel, the gear knob, the dashboard, the internal rear view mirror, and even to some extent on the borders, you can see the front windshield is also covered. The ultra wide angle fisheye lens working at its best, giving you the entire perspective. Nothing can miss the view of this camera. So here's a parking mode sample which I activated from this camera using the time-lapse 1 fps mode. And if someone approaches the passenger side window, this is the view which you're going to get using only the cabin camera. You can easily recognize if somebody is trying to break in or trying to peek inside the car, maybe to try and take a look at your valuables or something that you might have kept in the car. This camera, this cabin camera, because of its ultra wide lens, is able to cover the windows and give you the complete picture, and to some level even the identification of the person even during night time. So what happens if the person moves back to the rear windshield? This is the view which you're gonna get. The camera is able to record the person peeking through the rear windshield as well. And what happens if this person, most probably, which in most times comes through the driver side window, you still get a good view of the person getting in, or should I say trying to get in or trying to take a peek through the driver side window as well. The entire surrounding of the car is covered using this single fisheye camera, and this is the ultimate parking mode camera which you should definitely get to get this level of monitoring and to get this level of safety for your car. So here's a snapshot from the video recording of the VIOFO A329S front 4K camera. I mean, if you do notice the central area, there are two cars right in the middle of the screen, and the car which is like kind of a bit further away, I think it is close to about 30 to 35 meters away, or should I say more than 100 feet away from my car. Now, there is no dash camera in the world which can read number plates at such high distances, at a distance of about 100 plus feet until now. Take a look at this. So this is the snapshot at the same point from the telephoto camera of the VIOFO A329. Now this camera has a 4x optical zoom built in, so basically all recording will be captured with a 4x zoom. So just to give you a better perspective, right here on top of the screen you see the front 4K camera snapshot. It covers a wider field of view, gives you more coverage, but the cars which are very far away, I mean, you practically cannot read their number plates. But when you complement it and you get this telephoto camera as an add-on to the original camera, you get to read number plates at distances of more than 100 feet away. So this is the actual comparison photo between the front 4K and the telephoto 2K camera. But that's just not it. You can even zoom down furthermore into the telephoto camera and get this particular number plate read. I mean, just take a look at this. The number plate read is totally flawless. I mean, you can even read the individual Honda letters written right behind the car. This is the power of the telephoto lens, gives you the best possible number plate read at the highest distance, and no other dashcam in the world can do this for you except the newly launched VIOFO A329S. Now, just to give you a more proper perspective, a complete perspective, the image on top is from the front 4K camera. The image at the bottom is a zoomed in picture of the telephoto camera. Now just take a look at the distance of these two cars in the top image and just take a look at the number plate reads in the bottom image. So if this doesn't convince you to buy the VIOFO A329 right now, I'm not sure what else will, because this is simply mind-blowing, and this is something which has never been attempted by any dashcam. And the VIOFO A329S, combined with the power of its telephoto camera lens, simply excels and beats every other dashcam that's out there in the market. So here's a direct side-by-side comparison of the front 4K camera with the telephoto 4x zoom optical zoom camera, just to give you a more proper perspective of how the recording will be, because all this while you just saw snapshots. So this is how the video recording will actually come up. The front 4K recording will give you a widest field of view, cover more area. The telephoto camera on the other hand zooms in and focuses in on a particular part and gives you a zoomed in picture of the farthest details which the 4K camera might just miss. So just take a look at this. I'm casually strolling right in front of my car, and the VIOFO A329S is basically turned off, and should I say connected via hardwire kit. And as soon as I approach my car and give it just a very slight bump, this happens. The camera starts up like within 2 seconds. I mean, did you just notice that? The startup was so quick. Let me just slow down the video and show you that again. Here it is. This took less than a second, or should I say less than maximum 2 seconds, and the recording which you're seeing on the screen right now pretty much starts as soon as it detects a bump, as soon as it detects a abnormal vibration on the car. This is extremely good and really great technology because I have not seen this implemented in any other dash cam in the world till now. So here's me approaching my car, and I'll just give a slight bump on the rear windshield, and the camera pretty much turns on immediately, and the recording starts in like 2 seconds. So here you can watch me recording the video through my smartphone, like trying to show you guys that the camera has started up just by the slightest bump which I gave on the rear windshield. This is ultimate, this is mind-blowing, and this is something out of the ordinary. No other dash cam can do this except the VIOFO A329S, and you should not be missing this camera for your car and for your safety. Moving on to show you what happens if you just bump the car on the side. That's the passenger side window. Pretty much the same response, high level of sensitivity, immediate startup. You cannot simply get any better camera than this in terms for parking monitoring. And if you're holding yourself back from getting the VIOFO A329S, I recommend you do not. This is a flawless dash cam, and this is what your car deserves, this is what you deserve, and this is what your family deserves for a complete peace of mind and a complete safety. So go ahead and grab it directly from the VIOFO website using the link given in the description, and also get additional 5% discount by placing the order by paying via UPI. You also get an option to pay via 36 months EMI offer. So you have a lot of options in terms of trying to get this camera. Go ahead and grab it right now. Do not waste this opportunity. That being said, if you do have any doubts or queries regarding this dash cam, go ahead, write that down in the comments. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And I hope this full comprehensive review of the VIOFO A329S has given you all the info which you need to decide that this is the perfect dashcam for you. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button of my channel right now, smash that like button, and share this video with all your friends who are looking for the full review of the VIOFO A329S. So without wasting any more of your time, see you in the next one.